Oh, yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful people. We are live and direct. I am so excited. I saw my baby boy. I want to call him my baby boy on TV playing football. So I'm all over the place. And I'm like, please do not injure him because I'll come and set your field on fire. But anyhow, I'm overly excited to see him. So welcome to the program. We are extremely happy to have you here. My name is Monachim Saga, and I will allow my sister to introduce herself. But before we do that, remember you cannot watch our show without subscribing. That is one free thing you can do, right? We are not asking you for money, just that click so that when we drop our videos, you'll get the alerts and continue to help us to share. All we want is for our people to live life with dignity and live life abundantly. Nothing less, nothing more. We are not coming for anyone, going for anyone. We just want our people to live their life well. So welcome. Day one.
Yes, my sister, yes, our people. We just want our people to live a good life like other people elsewhere in the whole world. So please, this is a noble cause. We invite you to be part of it. My name is Equi. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. We see what people are doing, trying to stop the evil going on and promote good things. So, like my sister has said, we are team. It's a teamwork. You do what
Yes.
you're doing your own part, we do what we're doing, we put them together, and then eventually truth will prevail. So let's listen to our music as we share, like, and subscribe. And we have a lot of platforms, so that's what sometimes we have to share in different communities and platforms where we belong. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. Good morning. Happy to have you here. Continue to help us to share, continue to hit that like button. It helps to alter the algorithm, which you can see is holding on to stuff. But notwithstanding, I here so that my people, my wonderful people, will live life and live life abundantly. Nothing more, nothing less. And the enemy cannot do anything about it. Like you can only throw tantrums, you can only alter your algorithm, but listen, my people must rise. So, brothers and sisters, we are here once again. We are here to speak the truth that they fear so much, right? Because they don't want us to know who we are. And it goes with our topic today, which is restoring the ancient homelands of the indigenous peoples of Nigeria. We have heard the story so many times of how our ancestors did so many wonderful things to protect our people. We've heard of all the good things, even the food that they give us is medicinal, unlike what we eat now. Go and drink water now, and you will find plastics, nanoplastics in your brain. And then, if you try to eat other stuff, you will find them all over your body system. So, you can see that we must restore the ancient homelands of our indigenous peoples and go and do what we do best. So this is not just history, but rather it's a survival. I don't know if you heard me well the first time when I said that we are here to restore the ancient homelands because it's a secret link to our survival. Without it, our roots are cut. Without it, our seed is poisoned, our food tainted, our water defiled, and our faith hijacked. I don't know if any of you have heard the term hacked. They have hacked our brains and hacked our minds. And they do all of this to pacify us, to silence us, to enslave us. Even the so called former president, Obasanjo. Yes, that Obasanjo, the one that write books and tell us to have that morning book that we need to read before we leave our house every morning for prayer purposes. He has confessed. He told us that the leaders, including him, they have failed. The system is broken. Nigeria is sinking. And yet, with all of this, they distract us with elections, with promises, with lies. But the time of sleeping is over because we want more. We know more. We want more for our children. And the roadmap is here. What is that roadmap? Ninas has given us that pathway. He has shown us a pathway for total reconfiguration, a renegotiation that restores justice to the nations within these borders. So, no election, no empty promises, no recycled leadership will save us, only restoration. So, hear me and hear me well. This is not for entertainment, but rather is a warning call to the oppressors and a call for our people to do what? To rise, to reclaim, to restore. Because without restoration, there is no survival. But with restoration, we will awaken, we will rebuild, and guess what? We will rise again. And that rise is on the horizon. We can see it. People are waking up. We see it all along. We see it everywhere. Our young people, especially, they have that hunger in them to do more and know more. So the status quo is no longer enough. So are you going to be part of this movement? Are you going to be a spectator waiting to be raptured? Because, like we told you before, nobody's coming to rapture you. You will do this work. And if you refuse, what will be. So, the sooner you join what we are doing, the better for you. So, I will allow my sister to add while I pull up the video of the day.
Thank you, my sister. No rapture is coming. They gave you that rapture to be consoling you while they steal your resources and take everything. And like we keep saying, the scriptures were not written by the white man, or they were written by the ancient people, the indigenous peoples scattered all over the world, about their relationship with the creator God. But the colonial monsters gathered them, messed up with the things written, and turned everything around. That's why there's so much confusion everywhere. People are confused. People lost their identity, so many things. If you check in your land, you, the indigenous person, you will find ways that your forefathers, your ancestors communicated with God. And if you read the Old Testament, you will see some of those, it can make some of those connections. We have it in Igbo land. If you read the entire Leviticus, Deuteronomy, a lot of Igbo culture and traditions are recorded there. So how does it belong to Christians that came just 30 years ago? But they want to use it to manipulate you. They want to use it to tell you lies. They want to use it to oppress you. And that is not the will of your maker, the creator God. So we are pulling up our first video just to show you all the things, because the black people are indigenous people. We have some other people that are not black, maybe brown and all that. They're indigenous people wherever they are. But these people brought many vectors to kill the indigenous peoples. We'll show you in this video. Pay attention and listen. The evidence is there. Neocolonialism alone, you have insecurity, economic hardship, terrorism, bioterrorism, and medical experimentation, unworkable government systems, religion. These are all tools they have used to enslave and oppress the indigenous peoples. The indigenous peoples are not allowed to make decisions concerning their lives, their destiny, and entire existence. No chance is given to them to make decisions on how to live, what to do, how to manage the mineral resources in their land. The indigenous peoples of Nigeria and Africa, they have enough money and resources to flip things around and make this world a better place. The resources are still in your hands. It's just that right now they're still in your land, but right now they're in the hands of the colonial puppets, the indigenous oppressors, the politicians, the religious leaders, the fake traditional rulers. That's why we call it neo-colonialism. Because sometimes when people say, oh, colonialism has gone, colonialism has not gone. What they did was the type of thing that, was it Abacha Abu Babangida said, oh, Babangida said, I will step aside. But he still put his voice to continue to do whatever that was going on. So that's what the people that brought colonialism did. They told you they were stepping aside, but they brought neo-colonialism. That's why it's called neo-colonialism. That's new colonialism. So it's still colonialism, but it's a new one in the sense that it will be the black people that they chose. They picked those people to continue to colonize, oppress you. So colonialism has not ended because we have colonial structures and systems still in place, and you cannot do anything except you bring those systems down. So pay attention and listen. We are not here to scare you, but we're here to bring truth to you. And then you will reason with us and we'll have this conversation and do the work we can do. It's in our hands. We can do it. Don't need anybody. We can do it. Thank you.
Not just one vector killing black people, it's 5 or 6 different vectors. It's in the food, it's in the vaccines, it's in the medicine, it's in the psychiatric drugs. Oh, and let's get to the food, because this is the final chapter of this that will absolutely shock you. Now, you're hopefully aware of genetic engineering of the food supply, right? They're called GMOs, or genetically modified organisms. This is an advanced science technique to alter the DNA of food crops in order to build in certain traits and physical properties or even chemical properties that the scientists want to put into the food. Now, I'm going to explain to you how your food is now being weaponized as an extermination vector to eliminate black lives. All right? Now, I'm a food scientist. I'm the author of Food Forensics. It achieved the #1 best-selling science book on Amazon.com. I'm the co-author of science papers that have been published in mainstream science journals. I'm not just a casual layperson when it comes to food science. I run a mass spec laboratory that's ISO accredited, validated, audited, inspected, passed many, many tests. Our data can be used in a court of law anywhere around the world. We do food analysis. We can search for complex molecules such as pesticides or elements such as mercury or cadmium. So I run the lab. I am the lab science director. I know a thing or two about food science. Now, what they have invented, when I say they, I'm talking about the genetic engineers, not only have they found a way to put these genetically engineered traits into food crops, they've now found a way to cause food crops to grow RNA fragments that can be specifically targeted like bioweapons to interfere with the physiological processes of targeted species that might eat the food. Now, this technology is called RNA interference technology. It's relatively new compared to GMOs, relatively new. It's being touted now as a technology to eliminate the use of pesticides, because what they're saying is they can cause a corn crop to grow RNA fragments that will kill the insects that eat the corn without having to use pesticides like toxic chemicals that overload the insect nervous system and kill it from a nervous system breakdown and so on. This RNA interference technology is a pesticide technology, but it doesn't rely on pesticide chemicals. It relies on RNA fragments in the food. Now, what's disturbing about this is that this technology can be fine-tuned to target a specific race of humans who eat the food. I want you to follow me very carefully on this, because most people have never heard of this before. They've never heard of this technology. They don't know it can be targeted by race. Food crops can be engineered right now based on existing technology to cause infertility in black people alone. That technology is a reality. It's widely covered out there in the mainstream media, in the science media. RNA interference technology is widely covered. And they openly talk about how it can be used to target specific physiological processes of certain insect species. They can interfere with DNA repair.
You know, they keep
Or
flagging.
protein synthesis in insects. They can interfere with fertility or reproduction. They can interfere with mobility, a nervous system interaction with the musculoskeletal system, or depending on what animal we're talking about, other systems, endoskeleton systems. I ask you, does that technology exist? The answer is yes. It absolutely exists right now. Are they using that technology? I asked you, do a little bit of research, look at the plummeting sperm production in black men. Sperm production is plummeting in black men. Sperm production is precisely the kind of physiological process that can be targeted by RNA interference technology. Now, is that proof that the food crops are being engineered to cause sperm production to plummet in black men? No, it's not proof. But when you connect the dots of all the other things that are being done covertly, this becomes something very likely in the realm of possibility. It would take a lot of advanced testing to find this out. And guess who controls the funding? Guess who controls nearly all the science funding in America today?
Yep.
The federal government.
Yep.
The same government that allows the CDC to cover up the truth about vaccines and black children. The same government that funds Planned Parenthood abortions of black babies. The same government that covers up the EPA-induced contamination of waterways affecting Native Americans and other populations, including the Flint, Michigan, predominantly black population. This government, same government that runs the FBI, that wanted Martin Luther King Jr. to commit suicide. It's the same government. The government is at war with you. If you're black and you're watching this, the government is at war with you, and they want you exterminated, and they control the science funding, which means there will never be money for any genetic science of the food supply to uncover this truth. If it were there, it would be covered up like everything else has been covered up this entire time. Just like the Tuskegee experiments covered things up in the 1930s. Nothing has changed, except the technology is more advanced. The covert technology is more covert. The number of vectors through which they can kill you and cause you to have no children, cause you to have spontaneous abortions, the number of vectors is increasing. You are being targeted. And like I said earlier, to some extent we're all being targeted. But black people are being targeted more than anyone else. So what do we do with all this information? What do we do? Do you take to the streets and bash heads? No. It doesn't get you anywhere. The problem is the consolidation of power in the institutions of science and medicine. The problem is that science has been taken over by globalist agendas and depopulation agendas and government funding. The problem is that we don't have a decentralization of science. The problem is, if you will allow me to even invoke this terminology, the problem is that we are all slaves to science tyranny as it is being.
They keep flagging it. They keep flagging the show. If they know you're telling the people truth that they need to know, they will flag it. The globalists, the colonizers, they've taken over everywhere. But you, the indigenous people, salvation is in the hands of you, indigenous peoples, living in your own ancestral homeland. Your ancestral homeland is the last place to be taken. That's why we're here. And Nigeria is the biggest black collection. If Nigeria, the indigenous peoples trapped under the yoke of parasitic Nigerian entity, if they can wake up and do the needful, they will deliver the world.
Yes.
They will bring salvation to the world. You see, we talk about systems. We are not talking about individuals. This is not Bola Tinubu problem. This is not something about P2B. This is not one person. It is systems. You are being targeted by systems put in place by the colonial monsters. Colonialism has not ended. farmers being killed. You listen to what he said. Why are you killing all the farmers so that you will put these GMOs? And you are being targeted according to your ethnicity. But you can reverse it. Choose the same ethnicity by going back to your land, your ancestral homeland, and take charge. Take over. Take charge of your homeland. We are not telling you to go and take over the land of another person. If you're Igbo, take charge of Igbo land. If you're Yoruba, take charge of Yoruba land. If you're Ijo, take charge of Ijo land. If you're Urobo, Tiv, Idoma, whatever it is your ethnicity, take charge of your land and begin to listen to instruction. Ninas will tell you what to do, but you need to take charge of your land. You need to go there. You need to reverse what they have done. We'll play another video for you so that you understand how wealthy you were before these monsters came and how did they come to reverse everything. That's what we come here to teach. You see, we are not creating content, we are teaching. And we don't my people that are creating content, you can take from us. That's why our video is open. You can take from our videos, take any part of it, cut it, take part of it, and teach your people and create content. But we are not, because content creators have to say things that will make their video to go viral so that they will make money. That is not our interest. That is not our target. We are not content creators. We are here to enlighten our people, all the indigenous peoples, about the danger ahead and what we can do to reverse the danger. You are not being raptured. Don't worry. Jesus is not coming to take you out of this tribulation. You see this tribulation? He said, occupy till I come. He is
Jesus
not
now
coming.
lost my man.
Yes, he told you, he said you should occupy your land. You should occupy your land. You should take charge. I'm not coming. He told you. Like we told you, they will turn Bible upside down to colonize you. But we have read the Bible. You see the scriptures, we have eaten it. We read it into pieces. So we know what we're saying. We cannot be manipulated. We are indigenous people that know scriptures, and we cannot be manipulated. Listen and hear. Thank you.
Did you know Nigeria and Ghana once loaned money to Europe? Yep, Africa was the lender, not the borrower. In the 1960s and early
Quite frustrating.
1970s, Nigeria and Ghana had thriving economies fueled by booming exports of oil, cocoa, gold, and palm produce. Their currencies were strong, foreign
You know what? We'll leave it and just play in the background. So pay attention, please.
Let me
to
refresh.
Europe.
I'll replay it again and see if it works.
They're intentional in what they're doing.
Right.
No, Nigeria and Ghana once loaned money to Europe? Yep, Africa was the lender, not the borrower. In the 1960s and early 1970s, Nigeria and Ghana had thriving economies fueled by booming exports of oil, cocoa, gold, and palm produce. Their currencies were strong, foreign reserves were high, and Europe was still rebuilding from World War II. As shocking as it sounds, both countries provided financial aid or credit to European nations. A complete reversal of what we see today. It was a time when African economies had global confidence, and their leaders spoke of building a future that would rival the West. Did you know Nigeria and Ghana once loaned money to
So you hear what they said. The leaders, Africans, spoke about building a big economy that will rival that of the West. That's where it happened. And they planned. I said, okay, you will never build it. In fact, we will destroy you. That's how greedy and ungrateful Abike Dabaya, if you're talking about people that are ungrateful, these are the people that are ungrateful, not in the Igbo. But like we told you, the puppet politicians will always continue from where the colonial monsters stopped, causing trouble amongst the ethnic nations. There's no reason for us to be fighting each other. There's no reason for mistrust. There's no reason for all this bickering. No. All you need to do is build your ancestral home up. Take position, take charge. The colonial monsters, very ungrateful. They took all the resources from the land, and what did they do? Destroy the land, made it a shithole. How did they reverse this? How did they make this happen? The sovereignty of the indigenous peoples were stolen and confiscated. That's what they did. And they began a massive campaign of making you non-indigenous, saying that you are a Nigerian, not Yoruba, not Igbo, not Ijo. So they took over your sovereignty because the target was your land. Your target is your ancestral homeland because that's the price. That's where the mineral resources are. So if you lose your identity, if you do not have identity, if you're having identity crisis, if you lose your identity, how can you know your heritage? How can you know your ancestral homeland?
Mm-hmm.
How can you fight for it?
Mm-hmm.
If you become a Nigerian, how can you save Yoruba land? You see, Yoruba people fighting in Lagos against Igbo people. It's not the issue. What you need to fight is the system that said nobody's land is that people's land do not belong to them anymore. That Yoruba land does not belong to Yoruba people. That Igbo land does not belong to Igbo people. That Ijo land does not belong to Ijo land because of the resources in these lands. It's the system that made that possible that you're supposed to fight. And we have told you that religion is a major tool they used to brainwash our people. Because they start telling you, you hear Igbo person, you say, I'm not Igbo, I'm a Zion. I'm a Abumonye Zion. Abum Zion. I'm a Christian. Christendom. They begin to call it Christendom. But Christianity is an extension of Roman Empire.
Mm-mm.
Just like Islam is an extension of Saudi and all those Islamic countries. It is not about God. It is about colonialism. It's about taking your ancestral homelands.
Total control.
Total control. Why they distract you with things that make no sense? They tell you, wait until you die, you go to heaven. That's when you walk on the street of gold. Meanwhile, your land is land of gold. If
Mm.
your land is land of gold, why won't you build street of gold in your own ancestral homeland? They
Mm-hmm.
say, no, wait until you die so that you walk on street of gold. Religion is a major tool for neo-colonialism and colonialism, through which the indigenous peoples were brainwashed, their way of life and core values destroyed, and their sovereignty, of course, stolen and confiscated. Listen to our brother saying it. It's short. Listen. Thank you.
And Islam, by nature, they are bullies of African culture. It is expressed in their intolerance of other people who
Do you want to play from the audio?
believe differently from who they are. So here's a simple example.
Yes, let's play from here. We don't know what they're doing, but let's play and see.
Christianity and Islam, by nature, they are bullies of African culture. It is expressed in their intolerance of other people who believe differently from who they are. So here's a simple example. If a Muslim walks into this village, the first object is to build a mosque and make everyone in that village a Muslim. It changes your timetable of waking up. You wake up at 5, changes your fashion, changes the way you bury your loved ones. Now you must do everything according to Islamic law. The same thing is true with Christianity. Christianity walks into a space, first thing they want to do, as a Zulu, as a Xhosa, take off your shirt and put on your beautiful bits, and you walk up to church. Christianity will look at you, because apparently you must become European first before you can become Christian. In order for God to accept you, He cannot accept you in your authenticity. He needs first to take you through the culture of the dominant culture, which is the colonial culture, before you can actually become an acceptable Christian. Christianity and Islam, by only Christianity. So you heard that Christianity and Islam are bullies. They bullied Africa, indigenous Africans, bullied us until we forgot our identity. We lost everything. We lost everything. Lost our way of life, lost our culture, our tradition. And the terrible thing about it is that it's not that you gave me a foreign culture that is the problem, but it's a culture that is inferior to mine.
Hmm.
Now, through that culture, you have destroyed everything.
Everything.
Marriage is destroyed.
Everything.
Raising children destroyed.
Everything.
Communal living destroyed. Everything that we
Everything.
once held sacrosanct destroyed in the name of religion. Now they turn around. Oh, moral decadence. Anyway, we need to, the morality, need to build it up. Who destroyed it, church? Who destroyed the morals of our people? Who destroyed it? Every street is the church. In one building, you have 20 churches. Yet, the morality of our people kept going down. And then you turn around and say, oh, we need to build the morality. Our people left their way of life and followed you for over 100 years. Is the taste of the pudding not in the eating? You people told us that you are bringing gospel, Ozioma. Our people left their way of life and followed you. What has happened to the society? The society is destroyed. Rather than going forward, we are going with back like a Aleli Ojazuaga. And then you turn around now and blame the people rather than blame your system. We'll play another video for you. Christians, this is not us. This is, remember here, we bring report for you. It's not us carrying propaganda. No, these are verifiable facts. Middle belt, northeast, north south, for 20 years have been massacred and attacked. Christians, in fact, the report has it that 90% of Christian deaths in the world occurs in Nigeria. Yet we have powerful churches.
Hmm.
We have powerful men of God that buy private jets like water. One said that during COVID, he bought three private jets just to tell you the wealth, the money that are milking from the people. Yet, the enemy came in and began to kill our people and still killing our people. For 20 years, they are being killed and dispossessed of their lands. Their lands, their ancestral homelands taken away from them. We have about 3 to 5 million people in IDP camps, internally displaced camps, people's camps. What some of them will do is that they will come and say, we want to give them food. Yeah, pay money so that we take food to them.
Nonsense.
People like Emmanuel Bosun, you are giving food, beans to people that are perishing. You're not asking who is buying these people. Why are they being dispossessed of their lands? What's going on? Playing us.
No, he's part of he's one of the tools now. He's the religious tool doing the
Exactly.
work of the colonialists. That's all.
Exactly.
Why he gets his, money from his so-called NGOs, right? Remember, they're helping humanity,
Yes.
love humanity. Oh, they are the
Mm.
ones, right? But they will never get to the roots of the problems.
No, no. Nigerian government recognizes only 40% of the IDP camps. That means 60 are even not, nobody knows. And our people are there. And they say they have Nigeria, they have Christians, they have churches.
They will go to Abuja and Lagos and build big auditoriums that will take hundreds of people and boast about it. Yet our people are being slaughtered. Not even like cows. Because in my land, we don't kill animals that way. We do not. Our people are being tortured, butchered, burnt alive. It's white man that is coming to tell us what is happening in our land. You see what we say? There's a reason why these things go unreported. Like my sister said, they are agents. The church is agent of colonization. Islam is agent of colonization and neocolonialism. Religion is a major tool in the hands of the colonizers. Rather than Christians in the cities come together to do something, they don't care. They don't care. Once they're in Abuja and in Lagos, they don't care about what is happening to the indigenous peoples in villages, what they're going through in their ancestral homelands. No wonder they don't want them to be indigenous people. They want Ndi Igbo to become Israelites and Zion
Yes, I am.
so that we can abandon an Igbo and go to Israel.
Until they see you at the airport, right?
Okay, okay. When you now get to Israel, remember some of those are Biafra brainwashed people. Got to Israel, they use the piapiara to flog them out of temple. Like, you black monkeys, get out from here. Let's listen. Thank you.
Nigeria is responsible for 90% of all Christian persecution deaths worldwide in the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's just incredible.
And no one hears about it. No one's talking about it.
You know, that's one of the things that I learned reporting on this, is that on the very day that 9/11, that the attacks happened in the United States, the same people who were on those planes, and I mean in the sense of they were carrying the same flag and they were saying the same slogans and they were standing for the same ideology, walked into a village in northern Nigeria and massacred over 200 Christians. And that village was called Rankum, and it was renamed in the language of the Fulani. They took that village and they renamed it Mahanga because it is essentially the command and control center of this genocide.
The interesting part is that the Nigerian government knows it. The U.S. government should know it, and if they're paying attention, I hope they know it now. But this is where the majority of terror attacks are staged and launched from. And like I said, everybody in Nigeria knows where it's coming from. They see the terrorists coming in and out of Mahanga.
And they chose Mahanga. I mean, it translated, the word means watchtower.
Watchtower.
Because
yes.
it's on high ground. Mm-hmm. And it was perfectly positioned for them for what began as a series that's now more than 20 years of attacks.
20 years of attacks, and tens of thousands, no, I say hundreds of thousands, have now been killed, staged from that ground.
And wounded and forced out.
Now, let's talk about the people that are still alive. They're now in camps called IDP camps, which stands for internally displaced person. And we estimate that there's between 3 to 5 million IDPs right now. These are Christians without homes, without villages, that are living in camps.
These are people who've been robbed of everything they had, who've been forced off their land. The Nigerian government won't even acknowledge their existence.
No, they won't acknowledge their existence, and this it's a double-edged sword. When the Nigerian government doesn't recognize an IDP camp within their own country, that means there's no UN, that means there's no Red Cross, that means there's no other NGO, official government organization, USAID, or what used to be USAID, means those people get zero help if the Nigerian government doesn't establish and say, this is an official camp. And we know that Nigeria government only recognizes 40% of the camps that exist. So that means 60% of these millions of IDPs get zero help from the outside world.
Our people, you're hearing it. What does this tell you? That the government system in Nigeria has disappointed and failed over 250 million people. They have failed the indigenous peoples that trusted them to provide governance for them. Because we are still there. The indigenous peoples are still there. That's why my brother uses that big English, sovereignty. The lawyer, sovereignty. They converted our sovereignty to sovereignty because the land is still ours. We are there. Though they imposed an artificial entity, a parasitic entity, a colonial entity on the land, it has not taken away our land. We'll play another video to show you that they know what is going on. This man, this Oga, this man that calls himself Obasanjo, that they used to impose the 1999 constitution. Listen to him lament. As if they don't know what happened. As if they don't know what they did. After doing what he did, what did he do? He went to go and write prayer book for you people. Because like we told you, religion is a major tool in the hands of the colonizers. When they finish dealing with you, they will give you a book to be reading. While you're reading the book, they're stealing the resources in your land. Wealth is transferring from you, the indigenous peoples. So you are getting poorer while they get richer. It's a system. It's a system problem. It is not something that you chase individuals from here and there. Of course, except people that commit crime. People that commit crime, take them out. But we are working on the system. Daughters of Truth on this platform, it's about system. We want to fix the system so that people can live like human beings, not like animals. You saw the picture of those in IDP camps. I can't even keep, if I have a dog, I can't keep a dog, my dog, in that place. But that's where our people are. And these people are speaking English. Obasanjo is talking as if he doesn't know what he did. Listen to him lament. Because we don't lament, but we'll get to people that are lamenting so that you see how stupid they are.
So we have a lot to do. For me, I will again thank you for coming. I believe what you are doing is very important. We should never stop looking at our system, but let us look at ourselves. We have to reposition ourselves. And the harm that we are doing to ourselves in Nigeria, we are not doing to Nigeria alone. We are doing to West Africa. We are doing to Africa. And we are doing to the black race all over the world. Because God doesn't make a mistake. We have the largest concentration of black people in the world in this small land area called Nigeria. And if the black man will make it, it has to be Nigeria leading the black man for making it. To the extent that we are not making it, we are disappointing ourselves. We are disappointing our region of West Africa. We are disappointing our continent of Africa. And we are disappointing the black man everywhere in the world. They look up to us. If God has put the largest concentration of black men here, God expects something better than what we are doing. So I'm all with you, but let us to go about it the right way. The right way meaning let us look at ourselves. It can't go on the way it's going on. And the youth, whatever we may say to them or do to them, what they are demanding is what is the
Legitimate.
word that
Legitimate.
is legitimate. As I said, you are what you are today because you are a Nigerian. I am what I am today because I'm a Nigerian. So why should they be Nigerian and be languishing in poverty?
Yeah, after you stole
Why?
our resources.
And then they make demand for that. And we are not listening to them.
Hmm.
They make demand for that, and we are treating it with levity. We are sitting on a keg of gunpowder.
Hmm.
They are frustrated, they are desperate, they are angry, they are hungry, they are unemployed, they are in abject poverty. What do we expect? Those boys and girls that have tried to go over the Sahara and go over the Mediterranean, they had three hurdles to cross: the Sahara, the ill treatment in the
Libya.
Mediterranean country on this side, whether it's Algeria or Libya or wherever, they go through hell. Then the Mediterranean. Then when they landed on the other side, some of them came here. I listened to them and I was weeping.
Hmm.
Now, why should they go through that?
Hmm.
Because what you and I have not given them the attention that they deserve. And that's it. So I am here with you, and I will be here with you, but let us get it right, and let us do it right.
Oh, please, Papa. Please. Well, at least you're not asking them to read one of your Bible books. Mumu. Where am I going? Yeah, you swallow their future, right? You swallow
Hmm.
all the resources, eh? And then you come now, you want to feel pity for your kids. Wow. Wow. On the bank, that we are living this universe worse than we saw it for our kids. When our parents didn't live it that way for us. And yet we are gallivanting. I grew up with with degrees from everywhere, from Scotland, the Argentina, my Jihanile, and you cannot solve any local problems. Go and hide under the bed one now. Find azo tank under the gutter, under your car. Go and hide. You gotta hide there. We are all failures. Failures. If we cannot fix this and get it right for our kids, none of us. How is ezi because it's despicable. It's disgusting at this point. Quite disgusting. Go ahead, my sister.
Thank you, my sister. So, like we do, we'll play videos and then begin to show you clips of other people's comments and our own comments because this is an interactive platform. Throughout the week, 247, we're receiving messages. It's constant messages, comments, even during the show and everything. So we will show you the things our people are saying. And like your Baba that you just heard, he said majority of Nigerians' current leadership deserve to be executed and imprisoned. And we will say, including you, Obasanjo, because you are the one that built the platform for what is going on. And then Ninas asks this Obasanjo, he said, instead of constantly lamenting and pontificating about the ruins, why can't you, Obasanjo, lead the campaign to oust the unitary constitution? Of course, the 1999 edition. You helped to impose this constitution since 1979, Obasanjo. And this plunged Nigeria into ruins. Of course, Nigeria and all the indigenous peoples. What is happening? You laid the foundation, Obasanjo. What's this lamentation? Oh, I heard them. People that are crossing Mediterranean Sea and swimming through the desert and crossing through the sea. Oh, I heard them. They came to me.
10 hurdles they had to huddle over to get there.
Yes, they're suffering so much because of us. What a hypocritical entity. It's not that you don't know about Nina's project and campaign. You are aware that you continue to lie to yourselves. Look at what people have turned to Nigeria to. Over 36,000 Nigerians seek asylum abroad amid Tinubu's economic hardship. We are not talking about the millions that have left before this season. Nigeria will continue to go down, 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 and down because the system has failed. The system has failed. He said at least 3,934 Nigerians applied for asylum. We are not talking of the ones that have not applied. They are talking about the record they have. 36,934 Nigerians applied for asylum in foreign countries in 2024 alone, according to newly released figures from United Nations High Commission for Refugees. Nigerians have become refugees in foreign countries. He said the numbers highlight the worsening hardship and instability many say has intensified under President Bola Tinubu's administration. The UN data show that Canada, Italy, the United Kingdom were the top destinations for Nigerian asylum seekers. But despite the surge, the majority of applications were rejected. Somebody was talking about how they move our people. I continue to read. Say overall, 74% of asylum claims from Nigerians were dismissed, with approval rates only significantly higher in less conventional destinations such as Chad, Tunisia. N'enu na anyị ndị Igbo na ndị indigenous people na-agazi Chad na Tunisia to apply for asylum na ndị Hausa. A land flowing with milk and honey. We can't feed our children. They are all over the place seeking for asylum. The land called Nigeria is a land that eats its inhabitants. And our people are ready to go even Tunisia, Chad, Libya to be alive. I continue to read. It said applications also poured into Germany, France, Egypt, the Netherlands, Cameroon, Cyprus, Belgium, Tunisia, South Korea, Chad, Spain, Sweden, Finland, Brazil, Mauritania, Australia, Portugal, Israel, South Africa, and Morocco, underscoring the scale of the exodus. Everybody's running out of Nigeria. And mind you, they have to sell their land and properties to embark on this never return journey. A former Nigerian ambassador to Singapore, Obole Amedu Ode, said the wave of asylum applications mirrors Nigeria's worst economic and security climate. The urge to travel out of the country is primarily a function of the performance of our national economy. But people will continue to lie you. People will continue to tell lies. Oh, corruption is treated. Oh, economic this thing is working. Yes, we are doing very well. Everything is the indices is what will speak whether you're doing well or not. How are your people faring? The people, the public, how are they faring? So we have recognized that criminals that have taken over the leadership of our ancestral homelands at all levels, because we are people, we are truth community, we speak truth to ourselves. Criminals have taken over the leadership of our ancestral homelands because we have failed, because we have failed colonial systems and structures. So it's expected. If you have a vehicle that has no engine and the vehicle is not moving, are you surprised? No, you won't be surprised because your vehicle has no engine. So the colonial system is not a system that will prosper the indigenous people. It's a system that will enslave them, take all their resources, and destroy them. So we are not surprised that Nigeria has failed because Nigeria is built to fail. Security has failed. It's having a free fall. Criminals have taken over at all levels because no one is in charge. Remember, there's no vacuum anywhere. It's either the government is doing what it's supposed to do or there will be vacuum. And when there's vacuum, criminals will take over. Everything will just rain because things are not going the way. So governance has failed. We can't meet the basic needs of our people. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's stop lying. Let's embrace the truth. Nature abhors vacuum. So we need to build a new system in place of the failed one. It's a no-brainer. The system you had failed, it collapsed. What do we need to do as people that have common sense? Build a new system. We need to rebuild the ancient ruins of our communities. We had things before the colonial monsters came, things that were working. All we needed was to develop more. But no, they impose colonialism and neocolonialism upon us. Now we have seen that that system has collapsed. What do you think people with common sense will do? Build a new system. Find a path for peaceful coexistence. We are diverse. There's nothing you people can do about our diversity. Me, Igbo woman, I won't become Yoruba. Yoruba will not become Igbo. Ijo will not become Igbo. Thief, we are stronger in our ethnic nationalities than any fake thing that you're building. So we have to stop lying to ourselves. So we find a path for peaceful coexistence for all the indigenous ethnic nations and communities. Then restore the communal support we had for our people before colonialism came. We have to go back. So if you hear us say, go back to your roots, it's not go back to your roots to go and start carrying juju calabar and all those nonsense that people are doing. That's not what we're talking about. It's not for you to go and litter, go to our riverside and be littering a red cloth and white cloth and chicken head and cow head and goat head. That's not what we're talking about. In fact, that's not who we were. Some people did that, but it doesn't mean that all of us that's what we were doing. No. When we say let's go back to our roots, we're talking about the positive communal effect, the communal support, how we were living before the white man came to destroy everything about us. We need to reverse the migration back to our communities. Colonialism made us to come to the city because they're saying they're building city. And everybody migrated and we left our lands, our ancestral homeland, to go to the city because they brought a new system. You have to go to school. You have to now walk with a wear tie on your neck and the rope that is tying it.
You're talking into the
They brought
truth.
a system. Yeah, you wear coat, igwe, tie mma, white collar job. Onye ọbụla, separate. That was a new system. We
Lord
have
have
seen it has
mercy.
collapsed. So we have to reverse. We have to migrate back to our communities. We have to make first, we have to make the homelands safe. Because, like we said, the terrorism you're seeing is government sponsored. It's sponsored by the colonial monsters and their puppets. It's sponsored.
It is not demon that is causing the killing of people in Middle Belt. Don't listen to criminal church leaders. It is not Adeboye. It's not prayer. It's not demons that are killing our people. They are human beings armed and sent into our communities. So we need to reverse our homelands. We have to make it safe for farmers, safe for investors, safe for development. My people's not about Zotani, Zobute. We have to get the land safe, your community. Go take back your communities. Take charge. We need to restore our youths and singles' faith in marriages. You see, our children are afraid to marry because the church has told them that everybody is a demon. Die by fire, die by fire. All the women
Marine wife. You married a marine wife.
yes, marine wife. I have my cousin that said that her business has been following because her spiritual husband is disturbing her. I said, that's stupid. Your mates are getting rich husband. You went to get spiritual husband that is poor.
Mm.
Why didn't you get a rich spiritual husband that will build house for you, buy car for you? How stupid are you? You and that your spiritual husband. Oh, that her pastor told her spiritual husband. I said, that's you must be out of your mind. Do you know the daughter of who you are? Tell that your spiritual husband to go and bring money for you, dollars. Are you crazy? And build mansions for you. No one the more. Do you understand? So the church made our people to be suspicious of everything. Women will not go into church. All they're doing is killing their husband. Die by fire, die by fire. My husband, since you bought a car for another person, I kill you in Jesus' name. Die by fire, die by fire. That's why I have more.
This is how bad it has become, sister. I just heard a news about someone whose husband is overseas and she's back home. And she's going to Zion to pray for the fruit of the womb.
No, the husband is going to post his spermatozoa, opening an envelope for men.
Yeah, so she's going for the fruit of the womb when her husband is not there.
It's not
Praise
there.
the Lord. Yes.
Can you imagine?
We are doing
Who do we use to test? We test it with Ebubeago, Ebukobi. After the prayer, we have to test whether it's working now.
Oh my
Eh,
God.
So we use Ebukobi to test it to see if the prayer has worked.
Lord have mercy.
We need to restore our people's faith in being alive on this earth, in marriages. Our children are afraid of marriages because it's like a trap. It's as if when you enter, there's no exit, like one road trap. You enter, no road outside. Meanwhile, in our culture, it wasn't like that. In our culture, you train both male and female, and they come together, tell them what to do. And even if it's not working, there is a way of escape. You will exit because it's not working. So we need to begin to build.
And everybody's okay after that.
Yes,
Everybody's okay
because
because
it's
God
all
has come to
ogu.
the end.
It's equity and justice. Nwa emegbu na nwa mmadụ emegbu na nwa mmụọ, ndụ mmiri, ndụ azụ. In Igbo land, we have this life of duality, balance, left, right, up, down, front, back, oji, ocha, balance. It has to balance. The left and right have to balance for you to have stability. If left is higher than right, there won't be stability. It meant so much to us. That is our culture. So we need to begin to build stable families, conducive to raise our children, the next generation, because that's what the colonial masters and their agents did not want to happen. You see, this baby mama phenomena is not African. It's not African that a woman will have a child alone and begin to raise the child alone. It's not okay for the child. It might be okay for the woman that is looking for a pet. If you're looking for a pet, buy a dog, not a human being. It's not okay for the man, it's not okay for the woman.
Nope.
Both have to be in the same house for the sake of the children being raised. And you have to respect both left half. And if anything happens that is not working out between these two people, we can rearrange and do something again. But children, we have both male and female influence in their lives. It's in our culture. We must intentionally begin to work hard to bring healing to our people at all levels and restore our mental health. You see, Nigeria is a home for mad people. Immediately you enter from airport, what you see is madness. Am I surprised? Because the system can only produce mad people. It's garbage in, garbage out. So we are calling for restoration, proper reorganization, reconstruction that will lead to progress and appropriate development. That's what we stand for. When ethnic nations are restored, it will be easier to collaborate with one another. All the indigenous peoples can easily collaborate like they were doing before. They used to trade, they used to marry, they used to do so many things together before. And they will collaborate with other indigenous people in other parts of Africa and the world against a common enemy. What is our common enemy? Colonial and neo-colonial systems and structures. And 1999 is one of such systems that needs to go down. It needs to go down. 1999 constitution, okay, it's not a constitution. You see, we marked it bad. For lawyers that say constitution, it's not a constitution. It is a forgery, a document obtained fraudulently, then imposed fraudulently. Tell Obasanjo, tag Obasanjo that is crying and lamenting, grandfather lamentation. It will not take us anywhere. You imposed a fraud on the people. Then you turn around and begin to cry and lament that the children are crossing Mediterranean Sea. Are you kidding me right now? 1999 document, or whatever you call it, is not a constitution. It is a decree. It is Military Decree 24. So 2027 national elections, we only renew the life of this decree, aka 1999 Constitution, is Decree 24, and thereby renew the miseries of Nigerians. Transitioning for constitutional reconstruction, we terminate the life of Decree 24, aka 1999 Constitution. And we, the peoples are not your states, because your states are product of that evil document, that Decree 24. The peoples we are referring to here are the indigenous peoples, because your land is still in your hands. And Igbo is in the hand of Igbo people. Yoruba land is in the land of Yoruba people. Egba land, Ijo land, Tiv land, Hausa land. Thank God we still have our lands, because we would have lost our lands. But thank God we still have our lands. So stand on your land and begin to take possession of your position. Don't listen to church. It's not inside church you go to take your position. Those criminal past church leaders, oh, come to church and do night video to take possession of your position. That's a lie. Where you need to take possession of your position is in your village, your homeland. Transition for constitutional reconstruction. We terminate the life of Decree 24. And we, the peoples, will renegotiate fresh constitutional arrangements. We will decide how we want to live. And this thing is very easy and straightforward. It is not difficult. And we have shown you this. Okay, this is a new one. Neo-colonial side. He said, as from today, in August 2025 and following, which side are you on? The neo-colonial Nigerian side or sovereignty restoration side? That is complete decolonization. On the side of neo-colonial Nigeria, the neo-colonial Nigeria, He said, you may have your own plans or believe in some other plan that will fix Nigeria, but that's after 2027 national elections. So you are settled on this, on those elections for one reason or another, and may even be promoting it. Another thing is, you are a do nothing Nigerian. So you are unmoved, even if politicians, church, religious leaders, NGOs, influencers, and media are preparing for 2027 national elections that will renew the life of the 1999 Constitution, which is the source of your misery. This on this side. If you are still, you be with them, you do nothing. But on this side, the sovereignty restoration side, the side that are saying we want complete decolonization, what is happening on this side? On this side, you are insisting that the life of the neo-colonial imposed 1999 constitution gets terminated. That's your stand. So you are demanding that preparations for 2027 national elections be cancelled to instead have a time-bound short period of transitioning for constitutional reconstruction. This is very simple. You can do it. We have also shown you this this thing from Nina's. On the election side, on the left side, if you're going and supporting election, you are going to continue hold that 1999 constitution up. On this side, if you want to go into transition, you're going for freedom. Freedom can be a federation, it can be a confederation, it can be sovereign state, but it will be renegotiation and we'll have reconstruction of the whole entity that is killing the people. Enwe ka esi eme. Some people will say, ndị enwere ka esi eme. Yes, enwe ka esi eme. Of course, we want to give a disclaimer. What restoration is not. What restoration is like. You see, everything in life has a proper and right process. Is it freedom you're looking for? Is it marriage? Is it divorce? Is it childbirth? Is it adoption? Everything in life has a proper process. So as much as possible, please stay on the right side of international law, your ancestral and cultural ethics and moral codes and principles as you push for what you want. Do not create what you are trying to eliminate. You do not become the evil you dislike. That is not a way to do things. You don't do things that way. If you say this thing is not okay, then you don't do it. We already agreeing that this is not okay. We say terror is not okay. Oppression, buying of people, kidnapping, other violent crimes. It's no in this process. You must stay away from them. You must not give the current evil system the opportunity to criminalize you or criminalize the process that you're using to restore your homeland. It's a must. You will not allow that. But if you decide, if you block your ear, my dear, there are some slides. You just go through. Okay. Yeah. And then the picture. I've reached. Yeah. If you catch ntị si na mmiri ọka ada ama mbe. Mmiri ọka ama mbe. If you see what happened in Finland. Your Simon Ekpa jailed for 6 years for terrorism. You see, they are not even putting Biafra on the table. When it happened, they won't ask you, is it Biafra you are going for or what? The crime you committed is what you'll be judged with. It's the same thing that will happen to Nnamdi Kanu as well. Nobody is putting Biafra on the table. What is on the table is, did you commit this crime? Yes. See the evidence. Finish. Case finish. So that's why we're telling you, as you're restoring your land, as you're working hard to restore your land, please do not get yourself in any form of criminality. Because nobody will listen to you and hear, oh, this is why I'm doing it. The world has progressed more than how it was like maybe 50 years ago. internet, surveillance, everything. So crime cannot hide. And you do not need crime to stop another criminality. We already told you that colonialism and neocolonialism is crime against humanity. So you're not going to use oppression or crime to solve it. Enwe ka esi eme ya. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu say, ndị ridicule, ndị enwe ka esi eme ya. Now he has entered inside pot of soup. Enwe ka esi eme ya. There is a process. There's a right process, and you must follow that right process. That's why we are working with Ninas. Igbo Nation, for instance. This, our sister wrote this for Igbo Nation. It can be sent for other nations. It says, since for us, Ezioku Bundu, I must tell us two truths. One, there is nothing like Biafra restoration. We were in IPOB, we will tell you. Nnamdi Kanu was not doing anything. Everything is Photoshop. We were one-on-one with him. Because we saw he was not doing anything, we invited him to come. He came. And we saw that he actually only a he was not up to anything. And that's why we came out and began to do this campaign. And this campaign has been on for more than 5 years. And see the results we're getting. Because the criminals are being taken to where they belong. We thank God for that. Because they were destroying our people. And using our people to make money and fame. Confusing the whole thing, the whole process. Our people like say we want wisdom, we want freedom, we want to end colonialism. They confuse everybody, put distraction everybody everywhere. All over the world, everybody is shouting Biafra, Biafra. Meanwhile, it's a fake entity. Nothing was going on. Fraud. How do you use fraud to cure another fraud? We say Nigeria is fraud. You bring another fraud? Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? And some people are sponsoring and paying money for that fraud. We have evidence in our hands. It's just that okay, evidence. We are still busy running this campaign against colonialism and neocolonialism. So Nnamdi Kanu is a small case. He's a small fry. Ofenkupu. Biafra is Ofenkupu. Like, how do I go and start fighting with someone that is doing nothing? Nnamdi Kanu is not doing anything to get freedom for Ndigbo or any other nationality. So why do I waste my time on him? There are enough entities and systems that can take care of people, criminals like that, while we continue the work we're doing. That's why we kept quiet on that side and we're doing what we're doing. Except one or two occasions, we say one or two things. So, one, there is nothing like Biafra restoration. Two, there is Igbo nation sovereignty and self-determination restoration. The pathway is by terminating the neo-colonial imposed 1999 constitution, a fraud that blocks our way. It is a pathway for all indigenous ethnic nations of South and Middle Belt. We all get on it when we cancel 2027 national elections. So instead, begin a time-bound period of transitioning now for constitutional reconstruction. The final outcome is either a federation or a confederation or independent successor countries. The NINA's transitioning template gets it done. It's there on the table already. It's not hidden. It's in the public. So we are talking to our people. Are you in IPOB ESN? But now you're regretting. It's evidence because we have our people, Ikengi, Uragu, Ijele, Cash, and all those people working on these people. We know them, and they are working on exposing the truth to our people. So we know that some of you were lured into that evil entity, and that's why we are reaching out to you. You had believed in Biafra restoration. You thought it was real. So you joined IPOB. Now, to your shock, disappointment, anger, and even distress, you can no longer avoid the fact that it was all scam. You have seen Simon Ekpa. That judgment, that thing that happened in Finland should be enough message to you that what you're doing, you have been involved in a big scam. Now you bitterly regret being a member of IPOB and you want to leave, but you don't know how. And you may even be frightened. You are frightened because you had been made to swear an oath, which we know of. Or you are frightened by what other members may do to you if you leave. If this is you, do contact this platform, the Daughters of Truth, for free advice and guidance. The WhatsApp number that you can text or call is +234 708 960 5819. It's displayed. You see the Facebook also, you see the YouTube. Please reach out to us. We are mothers of the land. We'll never give up on our children. Reach out on us. Amnesty is going on. And then, of course, people that are busy, people like Abikere, or whatever is calling herself, sowing more mistrust and trying to make our people fight themselves. Igbo this, Yoruba this. It's not necessary. Stop the name calling. Stop it. They are trying to restore what the enemy destroyed. So please, you politicians, you fake politicians, we know you are swallowing our money and living good from our money. Please stop. We tell our people, please don't become these colonial puppets, these politicians, these religious leaders in our midst, these criminals. They are agents of destruction. Stay away from them. Don't have bad character. Don't disrespect other indigenous ethnic nations. Because these things they do, we continue to divide and balkanize us. We don't want this misunderstanding. We don't want this war and crisis in our midst anymore. We want to begin to engage in activities that organize and build up and promote the indigenous peoples, promote our culture according to your land. And that's your distinct land where you live. Begin to promote your culture. Speak your voice. You see, we are talking about people from Opobo. Opobo is part of Opobo Kingdom, is part of Ijo Nation. So they are gathering their people and we are giving them good night. See the women who are running through the pictures, cultural day. Beautiful. I watched it. They were even talking about how they teach their daughters and prepare their daughters for marriage. The 3 stages that the women have to go through from their father's land to be preparing a woman to be elegant, to be not all this nonsense that the colonial masters brought. Women are on main road being naked and doing all. No, African women are gorgeous women, very respected. You think that when you are like that, a man will treat you anyhow? No, our men respected us because something was in the head. Not that the only thing that makes you a woman is to extend your behind and extend your front. That's not why you're a woman. You are bringing more to the table. But these fake systems cause this trouble. So we need to reverse the colonial system. That's what we're saying. We need to reverse it. And you have to be part of it in your own little way by promoting the culture of your people, promoting the ways of life, promoting the things that your ancestors were doing that worked for them. It's time to reverse the colonial and the neo-colonial set goals. The goals they set for the indigenous people, which is to destroy us, we need to turn it around. Make your voices to be heard. Promote your culture and your uniqueness. Engage your youth and children, the next generation. Engage them. Tell them the things that your ancestors did. This will reduce mistrust, suspicion, and bigotry, and even conflicts among and between the true indigenous peoples and their nations. And then, as we restore harmony, we begin to maintain, of course, we are restoring harmony as we maintain our God-given diversity and uniqueness. It's something that we all have to do. We have to work together to get this job done. It is doable. Thank God for the platform of Nanas that worked for 25 years, put this thing together, and it began to make sense. It's so clear and easy. Stay on your land and build. I stay on my land, I'm building. Then we return to how we were before the colonizers came, where we are proud of who we were and we are easy to collaborate. We can even intermarry, not a problem. But it has to be you on your land, I'm on my land, then we work. Not that you go and start stealing my own resources or I'll steal your own. No, nobody needs to do that. Nina says the epidemic of mass exodus from Nigeria, a Nina's charge to young Nigerians. Look for it. It's an article, it's a YouTube video. Please go and watch it. Watch it so that you be what we are doing be more. And remember to share this platform. We have a lot of videos. This work is going on. We want you to be part of it. People are coming, asking questions. We appreciate you. This is a unique platform. Every other platform, they will only point out problems to you. But this is the only platform that connects the dots for you and then tell you how you can be part of the progress, the process that we're doing. It's an all-inclusive platform. We are not dealing only with the problems, we are dealing with both the problem and the solution, and then teaching you how to be part of it and what is going on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. So I am going to profile the merchant of the week. Please support this our sister. Like we said, this is free. If you want, you can um, add your information to the website, the daughtersofTruth.org, daughtersofTruth.org. This is our sister Priska Eputosi. Okay, Zia. I love her business name. She said it's Equi Best. Wow. I feel like doing my hair now. So you can see she braids hair, and this is her phone number below. She's close to Aba, somewhere in Area Market. So that's the phone number there. If you're close to home or you know anyone needing help, please support our sister. All right, brothers and sisters, we'll see you guys next week. Do not be dismayed. Do not be overwhelmed. This work can be done. This work that can be done. So don't wait till you amass $1 billion and all these things one day at a time, and we'll get to our destiny. The most important thing is consistency, and then, of course, the knowledge of what needs to be done to get there. And we are there. So take care. Until next week. Bye bye.